I'm Sophie, your language partner here at Chatcraft English. Today, let's talk about some small but powerful English words. These words don't look big or difficult, but they help you connect your thoughts, your sentences, and even your stories. When you use them, your English will sound smoother and more natural. Let's start with a simple one also. We use also to add another idea. For example, I like coffee. I also like tea. She is smart. She is also very kind. Also is like saying too, or as well. It's a friendly way to connect ideas. Try it with me. I like pizza. I also like pasta. I enjoy reading. I also enjoy music. Good. Now let's look at but. This word is short, but it's very strong. We use but when we want to show contrast, when two things are different. For example, I wanted to go outside, but it was raining. He is very tired, but he keeps working. Notice how but shows two sides of the situation. You can practice like this. I like chocolate, but I don't like ice cream. I can run fast, but I cannot swim well. But is one of the most useful words in English. Use it whenever you want to show something opposite. Now let's try because. We use because to give a reason. Think of it like answering the question, why? For example, I am happy because I passed my exam. She stayed home because she was sick. It connects the result and the reason. Try these with me. I am learning English because I want to travel. We are studying because we have a test tomorrow. Great. Another simple connector isn't and is one of the first words you probably learned, but it's good to practice using it more naturally. It joins two similar ideas. For example, I have a brother and a sister. We went to the park and played football. It's easy, but don't forget how important it is. Many learners use and too little and their English sounds broken. Practice making longer sentences with and. Now, here's another useful word or we use or to show a choice. For example, do you want tea or coffee? We can take the bus or the train. Practice with me. Should I read a book or watch a movie? Do you prefer summer or winter? Very good. Finally, let's look at so. So is used to show a result. For example, it was late, so I went to bed. She was hungry, so she ate a sandwich. You can think of so as showing what happens next. Practice like this. It was hot, so I drank water. He was tired, so he took a nap. Now, let's put these connectors together in a short story. Listen. I wanted to go for a walk, but it started raining. I stayed home because I didn't want to get wet. I read a book and listened to music. Later, I made tea, and I also ate some cookies. It was raining outside, so I stayed warm inside. Tea or coffee, I chose tea. Do you hear how smooth it sounds when we connect ideas with these small words? Without them, the story would sound broken. With them, it sounds natural. Now it's your turn. Try making your own small story using at least 3 of these connectors also, but because and or so. For example, you can say, I was hungry, but I didn't have food. I cooked noodles and made an egg. I also drank juice, so I felt full. Simple, right? These connectors are like glue. They connect your sentences and make your English flow. If you practice them every day, your speaking will become smoother and more natural. When you speak English, it's not only about facts. It's also about what you think and how you feel. That's why it's important to learn how to give your opinions in a simple and natural way. Today, I'll show you some very useful phrases. These phrases will help you sound confident and clear when you want to share your thoughts. Let's start with the most common one, I think. This phrase is short and easy, but it's very powerful. You can use it to share your opinion about almost anything. For example, I think English is interesting. I think this movie is great. Try it with me. I think pizza is delicious. I think learning English every day is important. Good, I think, is your best friend when you want to speak simply. Now let's look at in my opinion. This phrase is a little more formal. People use it when they want to sound polite or professional. For example, in my opinion, exercise is very important for health. In my opinion, we should start the project tomorrow. It's longer than I think, but it shows that you are sharing your personal view. In my opinion, reading books is better than watching TV. In my opinion, English is easier when you practice with friends. Excellent. Another very useful phrase is I believe. When you use I believe, you show that you feel strongly about something. It's a little stronger than I think, for example. I believe everyone can learn a new language. I believe practice is the key to success. Try saying it with me. I believe learning English will help me in the future. I believe speaking every day makes you confident. Good job. Here's another simple phrase. For me, we use this when we want to make the opinion more personal. For example, for me, mornings are the best time to study. For me, listening to music helps me relax. It's easy and natural. Try it. For me, speaking English is easier than writing English. For me, tea is better than coffee. Perfect. Now, let's practice with a short dialogue. Imagine two friends talking. A. Do you like online learning? Yes, I think it's very helpful. In my opinion, it's easier than going to a class. A. Really? I believe classroom learning is better. For me, it's more fun to study with people. Do you see how natural it sounds? Each person is giving their opinion in a simple way. Another good phrase is, I feel. This is useful when your opinion is connected to emotions. For example, I feel English is exciting. I feel this food is too spicy. Try it. I feel reading English stories is fun. I feel this lesson is very useful. Great! Sometimes you want to agree or disagree with someone's opinion. Here are simple ways to do that. If you agree, you can say, I think so too. I agree with you. That's true. Example A, I think English is important for jobs. B, yes, I agree with you. If you disagree, you can say, I don't think so. I'm not sure about that. I see it differently. Example A, I believe online learning is boring. B, I don't think so. For me, online learning is great. See how polite and simple disagreement can be. You don't need long or difficult words. Let's try a practice story using opinion phrases. I think English movies are very useful. In my opinion, they help me listen better. I believe watching without subtitles is good practice. For me, comedies are the best because they are fun. I feel more confident when I understand the jokes. Did you hear all the opinion words? They make your English stronger and more colorful. Now it's your turn. Try to make your own short paragraph with these phrases. I think, in my opinion, I believe, for me, I feel. For example, I think learning English is not difficult if you practice every day. In my opinion, speaking is more important than grammar. I believe listening is the best way to start. For me, practicing with friends is helpful. I feel happy when I can say new words. That's excellent practice. So remember, when you share your opinion in English, you connect more with people. It shows your personality, your ideas, and your confidence. Even if your sentence is short, these little phrases make you sound natural and clear. One of the most exciting things in English is talking about the future. We all like to make plans, share our goals, and talk about what we will do tomorrow or next year. But many learners feel confused because English has different ways to talk about the future. Don't worry, I'll show you the most important and easy ways. Let's start with will. We use will for quick decisions, promises, or predictions. For example, I will call you tomorrow. She will be here soon. It will rain later. Now repeat with me. I will study English tonight. We will meet at the park. Good. Did you notice you don't need to change the verb? Just add will before it. Here's a short dialogue. A, I'm hungry. B, I will make some noodles. C, the decision is made in the moment, so we use will. Next, let's talk about going to. We use going to when we already have a plan or when we see something that will probably happen. For example, I'm going to visit my parents this weekend. Look at those clouds, it's going to rain. Now repeat. I'm going to learn 10 new English words today. She's going to travel to London next year. Excellent. Here's a short dialogue with going to. A, what are you going to do after class? B, I'm going to watch a movie. It feels natural, right? Another way is using the present continuous for future plans. We use this when the plan is arranged often with other people. For example, I'm meeting my friend tomorrow. We're having dinner with my grandparents on Sunday. It sounds simple because you already know the present continuous I am, ing. We just use it to talk about the future. Now repeat with me. I'm starting a new English course next week. They're playing football on Saturday. Good work. Let's practice with a short story. This weekend I'm going to study English for 2 hours. Then I will call my friend and we will meet at the cafe. On Sunday, I'm visiting my cousin. I think it will be fun. Did you see how I used will going to and present continuous together? That's how people really talk about the future. Now, let's learn some time expressions for the future. These words help make your sentences clear. Tomorrow, next week. In 2 days, soon, later. In the future. Examples. I will finish my homework tomorrow. We're going to travel next week. He's starting a new job in 2 days. Try with me. I will practice English later. She's going to start a new class next month. We're meeting our teacher tomorrow. Very nice. Sometimes we want to say what we hope or believe about the future. You can use these simple phrases. I hope. I'm sure. I think. For example, I hope my English gets better soon. I'm sure you will do well in the exam. I think it will be sunny tomorrow. These little words make your English sound more friendly and natural. Here's a practice dialogue. What are you going to do next summer? I'm going to visit Japan. I hope the weather will be nice. A, that's great. I think you will enjoy the food. See how smooth and natural it is. Now, let's make a practice paragraph together. Repeat slowly after me. Next week, I'm going to study English every day. I will practice speaking with my friend online. On Friday, I'm meeting my teacher at school. I hope I will feel more confident. In the future, I want to travel to another country and speak English naturally. That's excellent practice. It combines grammar and vocabulary in one short story. Before we finish, here's a quick tip. Don't worry too much about which future form is 100% correct. In daily life, native speakers often mix them. The most important thing is to use them and practice. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel. We've already learned how to talk about the present and the future. Now let's go back in time. Talking about the past is very important because you often want to share stories, experiences, or things you already did. In English, the most common way to talk about the past is by using the past simple tense. The past simple is easy. If the verb is regular, we just add ed. For example, play, played. Watch, watched. Visit, visited. Examples in sentences. I played football yesterday. She watched a movie last night. We visited our grandparents on Sunday. Now repeat with me. I studied English yesterday. He walked to school this morning. Good job. But not all verbs are regular. Some are irregular verbs. For example, go, went, have, had, eat, ate, see, saw. Examples in sentences. I went to the park yesterday. She had breakfast at 8 o'clock. We ate pizza last night. They saw a new movie. Now, practice with me. I went to school yesterday. He ate rice for lunch. We saw our friends on Sunday. Excellent. We also use time expressions to make it clear when something happened. Here are some common ones. Yesterday, last night, last week, 2 days ago, in 2010. Examples. I watched TV yesterday. She studied English last night. We traveled to London 2 years ago. Now repeat. I visited my uncle last week. They started school 2 days ago. Very good. Let's look at a short dialogue. What did you do yesterday? I went to the library. I studied English and read a book. That sounds nice. I watched a movie last night. Do you see both people used the past simple to share what they did? Now, sometimes you want to ask questions about the past, you can use did. For example, did you go to school yesterday? Did she eat breakfast this morning? Did they play football last weekend? If the answer is yes, yes, I did. Yes, she did. If the answer is no, no, I didn't. No, she didn't. Here's a short practice dialogue. A, did you study English yesterday? B, yes, I did. I studied for 1 hour. A, did you watch TV? B, no, I didn't. I was too busy. Simple, right? Another way to talk about the past is by using was and were. Examples. I was at home yesterday. She was happy last night. They were at the park. Now repeat with me. I was tired yesterday. We were busy last week. Very good. Here's a story to put it all together. Yesterday, I woke up at 7 o'clock. I had breakfast and drank some coffee. Then I went to work. At lunchtime, I ate noodles with my friends. In the evening, I watched a TV show and studied English. It was a good day. Did you hear the mix of irregular verbs like woke, had, went, ate? That's how people really talk about their day. Now, let's try another one together. Repeat slowly. Last weekend, I visited my grandmother. She was very happy. We ate dinner together and talked for a long time. I felt good because I spent time with my family. That's excellent practice. Sometimes you may want to say something didn't happen in the past. You can use didn't. Examples. I didn't watch TV last night. She didn't eat lunch yesterday. They didn't go to the park. Now practice with me. I didn't study yesterday. We didn't play football last weekend. Good job. Let's finish with a practice dialogue. Did you go shopping last night? B, no, I didn't. I was too tired. A, what did you do then? B, I stayed home. I read a book and studied English. That sounds natural and simple, right? So remember, when you talk about the past in English, the past simple is your best tool. Use paid for regular verbs. Remember some irregular verbs, and don't forget time expressions like yesterday, last week, 2 days ago. With practice, you can tell clear stories about your life in English. Now that you can talk about the present, future, and past, it's time to make your sentences longer and more natural. In English, one of the best ways to do this is by using connecting words. These are small but powerful words that help you join ideas together. The most common connecting words are and, but, because, so. Let's look at each one. 1. Using and. The word and adds more information. It connects two ideas that go together. Examples. I like tea and coffee. She studies English and watches TV. We went to the park and played football. Now repeat with me. I can speak English and a little Spanish. He works hard and studies every night. Do you hear how and makes the sentences longer and smoother? Here's a short dialogue. A. What did you do yesterday? I cleaned my room and studied English. Easy, right? 2. Using but. The word but shows contrast. It connects two ideas that are different or opposite. Examples. I like pizza, but I don't like hamburgers. She is tired, but she is still studying. He wanted to play football, but it rained. Now repeat with me. I like English, but it's difficult sometimes. We wanted to travel, but we stayed home. Here's a short dialogue. Do you like English grammar? Yes, I like it, but it's not easy. That sounds natural. 3. Using because. The word because explains reasons. It answers the question, why? Examples. I am happy because I passed the test. She stayed home because she was sick. We like English because it helps us communicate. Now, repeat with me. I am learning English because I want a better job. He didn't play football because he was busy. Dialogue. A. Why are you studying English? B. I'm studying English because I want to travel. This sounds clear and natural. 4. Using so. The word so shows results. It answers the question, what happened next? Examples. It was raining, so we stayed home. She was tired, so she went to bed early. He studied hard, so he passed the test. Now repeat with me. I was hungry, so I ate some noodles. They wanted to practice English, so they watched a movie in English. Dialogue. A. I was late this morning. B. Really, what happened? A. I missed the bus, so I walked to school. Very good. 5. Practice together. Now, let's practice using all 4 connectors in one short story. Yesterday, I woke up early and I went for a walk. It was cold, but the sun was shining. I felt happy because I had free time. I wanted to do something fun, so I met my friend at the park. Did you hear the connectors? And to add, but to contrast, because to give reasons, so to show results. These 4 words are small, but they make your English sound smoother, longer, and more natural. 6. Mini conversation practice. Let's do another dialogue. Do you like English movies? B. Yes, I like them, but sometimes I don't understand. What do you do then? B. I use subtitles and I watch again. A. That's a good idea because it helps you learn new words. B. Yes, I enjoy it, so I keep watching every week. This conversation sounds natural and flows well. 7. Connectors in real life. When you practice speaking English, don't only use short sentences. Try to connect them. Instead of saying, I like English, I want to travel, you can say, I like English because I want to travel. Instead of saying, she is tired, she is studying, you can say, she is tired, but she is studying. This is how native speakers talk. It's not difficult. With a little practice, you can use these words naturally too. 8. Quick practice with you. Now let's do some fill-in-the-blank practice. I'll give you a sentence and you choose the connector. I was hungry, I ate some bread, answer so. He wanted to go out. It was raining, answer but. We stayed home. We were tired, answer because I bought apples, oranges, answer and very nice. 9. Short story challenge. Now listen to this story and try to repeat. Last night I watched TV and ate dinner. I wanted to study, but I was very tired. I was happy because I finished my homework in the afternoon. I needed to sleep, so I went to bed early. Can you see how these small words connect everything? This is the secret to sounding more natural when you speak English. So remember, use and to add. Use but to show contrast. Use because to explain reasons. Use so to show results. With these 4 connectors, your English will already sound smoother, longer, and more natural. Now, let's talk about something that every English learner faces: mistakes. Many people are afraid of making mistakes. They think if I say something wrong, people will laugh at me. Or if I make a mistake, I will never learn English. But let me tell you this, mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teachers. Every mistake you make is a step forward, not backward. Think about when you were a child learning your first language. You didn't speak perfectly on the first day, right? You said words in a funny way. You used the wrong grammar. Sometimes you said something that made no sense. But your parents or friends understood you, and slowly you improved. That is the same with English. You must give yourself permission to make mistakes. Without mistakes, there is no growth. For example, maybe you want to say, I went to the park yesterday, but instead you say, I go park yesterday. Is that correct grammar? No. But does it communicate something? Yes, the person listening will still understand what you mean, and over time, as you keep practicing, you will start saying, I went to the park yesterday. The mistake helped you notice the correct way. So here is my advice. Do not hide from mistakes. Do not wait until your English is perfect before speaking. If you wait for perfection, you will wait forever. Start speaking now with your mistakes, and you will grow faster. You learn more from 10 minutes of speaking with mistakes than from 1 hour of only reading grammar rules. Let me share a little story. One of my students, Anna, was very shy about speaking English. She knew a lot of vocabulary, but she was afraid to use it. One day I told her, just speak even if it's wrong. She finally tried. She made many grammar mistakes, but something amazing happened. People understood her. And after a few weeks, she became much more confident. Today, she speaks naturally without fear. Do you see the lesson? Mistakes gave her freedom. Now, how can you use your mistakes to learn? There are 3 simple steps. Step 1. Don't stop when you make a mistake. Keep talking. Focus on communication, not on being perfect. Step 2. Notice your mistake later, maybe after the conversation. Think, oh, I said he go instead of he goes. That's okay. Just remember it for next time. Step 3. Practice the correction. Say the correct phrase a few times out loud. For example, he goes to school. He goes every day. The next time you speak, your brain will remember it. I want you to repeat this sentence with me. Mistakes are my teachers. Say it now. Good. Remember it every time you feel nervous. There's another important thing about mistakes. Sometimes when you make one, other people will correct you. Don't feel embarrassed. This is a gift. They are helping you. Imagine you are walking with your eyes closed and someone tells you, be careful, there's a step. They are saving you from falling. That is what correction is. So smile, thank the person, and use the correction to grow. Of course not every correction is useful. Some people might interrupt too much or make you feel bad. If that happens, just stay calm. You don't need to listen to every correction. Take what is helpful and leave the rest. Here is a small exercise you can try every day. Speak to yourself in English about your day. For example, today I wake up early. If you notice a mistake later, correct it. Today, I woke up early. This way, you train your brain to notice and fix errors. Slowly, your sentences will become more natural. Another fun activity is recording yourself. Take your phone, record yourself speaking for 1 or 2 minutes about any topic. Then listen to your recording. Do you hear any mistakes? Write them down and practice the correct version. This is powerful because you become your own teacher. Now let's practice with a short dialogue. Imagine this conversation. What did you do yesterday? B, I go shopping. E, you mean I went shopping? B, yes, I went shopping, thank you. Did you see the mistake was not the end? It was an opportunity to learn. And now the learner will remember went instead of go. So I want you to change your thinking. Don't say I am afraid of mistakes. Say I am grateful for mistakes. Because each one is a small gift that brings you closer to fluency. Here's another sentence to repeat with me. I learn faster when I make mistakes. Say it now. Excellent. And remember, native speakers also make mistakes. Even in their own language, sometimes they say the wrong word, or they forget grammar rules, but they keep speaking. If native speakers can make mistakes, so can you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Finally, here is a challenge for you. This week, I want you to make at least 5 mistakes while speaking English. Yes, you heard me. 5 mistakes. It means you are trying, you are practicing, and you are learning. At the end of the week, think about what you learned from those mistakes. You will see how much you grow. So let's end this part with a positive mindset. Mistakes are not the end of the road. They are the signs that you are moving forward. Without them, there is no progress. With them, you will speak English more confidently, more naturally, and more freely. Now that we understand the power of mistakes, let's talk about building confidence when you speak English. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. At the beginning, you may feel small and nervous, but with practice, you will stand tall, speak clearly, and feel proud of yourself. Many learners tell me, Sophie, I know words, I know grammar, but when I try to speak, I freeze. My mind becomes empty. Have you ever felt that way? It's normal. You are not alone. This happens because of fear of judgment, fear of being wrong, fear of not being understood. But confidence grows when you face that fear step by step. Let me share something important. Confidence does not come before speaking. It comes after speaking. Some people wait until they feel confident before opening their mouth. But the truth is, you gain confidence by speaking even when you feel nervous. Every small step counts. Every little conversation makes you stronger. Here is a simple tip. Start small. You don't need to give a long speech. Just say one sentence. For example, when you meet someone, say, "Good morning." Or when you buy something, say, "Thank you." These small steps are like drops of water that fill a big glass. With time, the glass of confidence becomes full. Another helpful way to grow confidence is to prepare ready phrases. These are short sentences you can use in daily life without thinking too much. For example, I'm learning English. Can you please repeat that I didn't understand? Could you say it again slowly? With these phrases, you feel safe. You don't need to search for words, and every time you use them, your confidence grows. Let's practice one now. Repeat after me, I'm learning English. Good. Again, I'm learning English. Perfect. This sentence is simple but powerful. When you say it, people understand you are a learner and they will be patient with you. That takes away pressure and helps you feel calm. Now, here's another exercise to train confidence. It's called mirror speaking. Stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and speak in English. At first, it may feel strange, but soon you will get used to hearing your own voice. You will see your expressions, your smile, your gestures. This makes you more comfortable when you talk to others. Try it for 2 minutes every day. Say things like, "Hello, my name is," or "Today I feel." It doesn't matter if your sentences are simple. The goal is to practice being confident. Confidence also comes from your body. Did you know that the way you stand or sit can change the way you feel? If you sit with your shoulders down and your head low, you will feel weak. But if you sit straight, lift your head, and smile, you will feel stronger. Try it now. Sit up tall, smile, and say, "I can do this." Doesn't it feel different? That small change can give you big confidence. Another trick is to celebrate small victories. Many learners only focus on what they cannot do. They think, "I still make mistakes. I still don't understand everything." But they forget to see how much progress they have made. Maybe last month you couldn't introduce yourself and now you can. That's progress. Maybe last year you didn't know how to ask for directions, but today you can say, "Where is the bus station?" That's progress too. Every step matters, so celebrate it. Say to yourself, "I'm getting better every day." Now, let me give you a real example. My student Kareem from Egypt started with very little confidence. He always said my English is bad. But I told him, every time you speak, say one positive thing about yourself. So he started saying, "I am learning. I am improving." After a few weeks, his voice became stronger. He smiled more. He spoke more. His confidence grew because he changed his words. What you tell yourself matters. Speak kindly to yourself. Here is something I want you to remember. Confidence is not about speaking perfectly. It's about believing in yourself. You can speak slowly, you can use simple words, and you can still sound confident. For example, if you say, go shop with fear in your voice, people may not understand. But if you say, "I go shop with confidence," people will usually understand you. Your energy is as important as your grammar. Let's do another practice together. Repeat this with me: I believe in myself. Again, I believe in myself. Excellent. These words may seem small, but when you say them often, they change how you feel. They build inner confidence. Here's a challenge for you this week. Every day, speak one sentence in English to another person. It can be your friend, a classmate, or even someone at a shop. It doesn't have to be long. Just one sentence. At the end of the week, you will have spoken 7 sentences, and that is 7 steps closer to confidence. Also, remember, this confidence grows faster in practice with real people. Reading and listening are good, but speaking makes you brave. So join a group, find a speaking partner, or practice online. Even short conversations will make a big difference. Before we finish this part, I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself speaking English 1 year from now. You are talking to someone naturally. You are smiling. You are not afraid. Do you see that picture? That is possible. That future is waiting for you. But you must start building confidence today, step by step. So let's close this part with one final practice. Repeat after me slowly. I will speak with confidence. I will not be afraid of mistakes. I am improving every day. Beautiful. Keep these words in your heart and let them guide you as you continue. We have talked about confidence, and now it's time to explore another important skill: understanding fast English. Many learners tell me, "Sophie, when I listen to native speakers, I cannot catch the words. They speak too quickly." Does this sound familiar to you? Don't worry. This is a common problem, and there are clear steps to improve. First, let's understand why English sounds so fast. One reason is linking. Native speakers connect words together instead of saying them one by one. For example, instead of saying, "What are you doing slowly?" they say, "What you doing?" It feels like one long word. At first, this may sound impossible, but once you learn common patterns, your ears will recognize them and listening will become easier. Here's another reason weak sounds. In English, not every word is spoken strongly. Some words become shorter or softer. For example, going to often becomes gonna. So I am going to eat becomes I'm gonna eat. If you don't know this, you might feel lost. But when you learn these natural sounds, suddenly everything makes more sense. So how can you train your ears? The answer is listening practice, but in the right way. Many learners only listen passively, like playing English audio in the background. This helps a little, but the real improvement comes from active listening. That means focusing on a short piece of audio, repeating it many times, and trying to catch every word. Let me give you a simple method, the listen and repeat technique. Choose a short video or podcast, maybe just 10-20 seconds. First, listen without subtitles. Try to catch the general idea. Second, listen again with subtitles or a transcript. See which words you missed. Third, repeat the audio aloud, copying the speed and rhythm. This is called shadowing. It's like singing along with music, but you are copying speech. This trains your ears and your mouth at the same time. Let's try a mini practice together. I will say a sentence naturally. Did you eat yet? When spoken fast, it sounds like jeet yet. Listen again. Jeet yet. Can you hear how the sounds connect? Now, repeat after me. Jeet yet hud. This little exercise helps you recognize real spoken English. Another useful tip is to focus on common words and phrases. You don't need to understand every single word to get the meaning. Native speakers often use set phrases like, "you know what I mean" at the end of the day, or kind of like. When you know these, you can follow conversations more easily. It's like having keys to unlock fast English. Also, don't worry if you cannot catch everything. Even native speakers sometimes miss words when listening to each other. The important thing is to get the main idea. For example, if someone says, "wanna grab a bite later," you may only hear grab, bite later. That is enough to understand they are asking you to eat together. Context helps you fill in the gaps. Another great way to practice is with movies and shows. Choose something you enjoy. First, watch with subtitles. Then watch again without subtitles. Try to guess the meaning from the situation. You can pause and repeat difficult parts. This is not just practice, it's also fun. And when you enjoy learning, you learn faster. Listening to songs can also help, but choose songs where the lyrics are clear. Some music is too fast or too poetic. Start with slower songs and focus on pronunciation. Sing along even if you don't sound perfect. This will make your listening sharper and your speaking smoother. Now, let's talk about patience. Improving listening takes time. At first, it may feel like you understand nothing, but trust me, your brain is learning quietly. With regular practice, you will notice small changes. Maybe today, you understand one word, next week 2 words, and after a month, you catch full sentences. Don't give up. Listening is like training your ear muscles. The more you practice, the stronger they get. Here's an exercise for you this week. Every day, listen to one short video in English, just 1 minute. Don't choose something too hard. Pick a topic you like, maybe food, sports, or travel. First, listen without subtitles. Then, listen again with subtitles. Finally, repeat 1 or 2 sentences aloud. That's it, just 1 minute a day. If you do this for a month, your listening will improve more than you expect. Let me share a story. One of my students, Anna from Brazil, told me she could not understand movies in English. She felt frustrated, but I encouraged her to watch just 5 minutes of her favorite show every day, using the listen and repeat method. After 3 months, she was surprised she could follow entire episodes. She didn't understand every word, but she understood the story. That gave her confidence to keep going. If Anna can do it, so can you. Now I want you to repeat this powerful belief with me. I can understand fast English. Say it again. I can understand fast English. Good. Even if it feels difficult now, keep practicing, and this belief will become true. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. The goal is progress. If today you understand a little more than yesterday, you are winning. Celebrate that. Smile at yourself and say, I am improving. So to sum up, fast English is not magic. It has patterns like linking and weak sounds. You can train your ears with active listening, shadowing, and repeating short clips. Use subtitles wisely, enjoy shows, listen to songs, and be patient with yourself. Step by step, your listening will grow stronger, and you will start to understand naturally. Let's finish with one more practice. Listen carefully. What do you want to do? Fast, it sounds like what do you want to do? Repeat after me. What do you want to do? Excellent. You just unlocked another secret of fast English. Keep practicing, and soon you will understand even more. We have practiced listening to fast English, and now let's focus on speaking more naturally. Many learners can say sentences correctly, but they still sound a little robotic, like a machine. Do you feel that sometimes? Don't worry. This happens because you are thinking too much about grammar and not enough about rhythm, stress, and flow. Natural English is not only about what you say, but also how you say it. First, let's talk about rhythm. English is a stress-timed language. That means some words are stressed and others are shorter or softer. For example, listen. I want to go to the store. The main stress is on want and store. The other words are lighter. Try it with me, I want to go to the store. Good. If you stress every word equally, it sounds flat. But if you follow the natural rhythm, you sound more fluent. Second, intonation. This is the music of English. When you ask a question, your voice usually goes up. For example, are you ready? Try it. Are you ready? Good. When you make a statement, your voice usually goes down. For example, yes, I'm ready. Try again. Yes, I'm ready. This rise and fall makes your English sound alive and friendly. Another key is contractions. Native speakers often join words together. Instead of I am, they say I'm. Instead of you are, they say you're. Instead of they will, they say they'll. If you always say the full form, you sound too formal. But if you use contractions, you sound more natural. Repeat after me. I'm happy, you're great, they'll come soon. Excellent. Now let's practice with a short dialogue. I will read both parts slowly, then naturally. Listen carefully. E. What are you doing later? B. I'm going to meet a friend. E. That sounds fun. B. Yeah, I'm excited. Now the natural version A. What you doing later? I'm gonna meet a friend. Sounds fun. B. Yeah, I'm excited. Can you hear the difference? The natural version is smoother, faster, and full of contractions. That is how real conversations sound. One powerful method to sound natural is shadowing. We talked about it for listening, but it's just as useful for speaking. Play a short clip of a native speaker and immediately repeat everything you hear, copying their tone and rhythm. Don't worry about mistakes, just follow the flow. Do this daily even for 2 minutes. It will change your speaking style. Here's something else, fillers. In real life, people don't speak in perfect sentences. They pause. They think they use small words like, well, you don't need to use them all the time, but adding a few makes your speech sound real. For example, well, I think it's a good idea, or, I'm not sure, try one with me. Well, I don't know. Good, that sounds natural. Another way to speak naturally is to use short, simple sentences. Many learners try to make very long, complicated sentences. This is stressful and often leads to mistakes. Instead, use short ones. For example, instead of yesterday, I went to the park and I was very tired because I worked all day. You can say, yesterday I went to the park. I was very tired. I worked all day. Simple, clear, and natural. Let's practice with a speaking challenge. I'll give you a situation and you try to answer naturally in English. Situation. Your friend asks, "Do you want coffee or tea?" You answer, "Coffee, please. Try it now." Good. Next situation. Someone says, "How was your weekend?" You answer, "It was good. I watched a movie." Great. Notice how short and clear these answers are. That's the secret of natural English. Also, remember body language. Natural English is not only in the mouth, but also in the face and hands. Smile, nod, use your hands a little. These small actions make your communication friendly and confident. Even if your words are simple, your message feels stronger. Now let's talk about speed. Some learners try to speak very fast, thinking it will sound fluent. But speaking too fast makes it harder to pronounce correctly, and sometimes people cannot understand you. Natural English is not about speed. It's about clarity and rhythm. It's better to speak slowly and clearly than too fast. With time, your speed will increase naturally. Let's do one more practice. I'll say a sentence slowly, then naturally. Repeat both. Slow, I do not know what you are talking about. Natural, I don't know what you're talking about. Now you try. First slow, then natural. Excellent. Can you feel the difference? That is how you move closer to natural English. Here's a tip for your daily practice. Every morning, choose one sentence you like. It could be from a movie, a podcast, or a book. Repeat it many times during the day. Copy the rhythm, the contractions, the intonation. By the end of the day, that sentence will feel natural in your mouth. After a month, you will have 30 natural sentences. That's a big step toward fluency. I want to remind you of something important. Speaking naturally does not mean losing your accent. Your accent is part of your identity, and it's beautiful. The goal is not to sound exactly like a native speaker. The goal is to be clear, confident, and easy to understand. If you keep practicing rhythm, intonation, and flow, you will sound natural in your own way. Let's end this part with a short affirmation practice. Repeat after me. I can speak English naturally. My words are clear and confident. I am improving every day. Beautiful. Keep these sentences in your heart and practice them often.